You know, a lot of people have been asking us lately, Keith, Andrew, why so many beers? And you have an answer for that, don't you?
Well, I say why not?
There you go. And that's how we start another edition of Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. I like that. We're going to have to come up with a jingle.
We could.
If anybody out there, well, we've asked for music for forever.
We haven't mentioned it lately,
No.
but so we can always mention that. If you are musically inclined, or even not, but you have some little beats or some riffs or little something that you want to throw our way, we would be happy to incorporate that into the beginning or ending of our show, and we'll give you credit. We'll let you know who you are. If you've got a website,
we'll link up to your website. You can do a little jingle for us, or just some music or whatever.
Yeah,
let's have some fun. That's what we're
about.
So, and what we are about today is Odell Brewing Company out of Fort Collins, Colorado. This is their IPA, not to be confused with their double IPA, the Myrcenary. This is their standard IPA.
See, I've never had this one. I went right to the Myrcenary.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to try this.
Hopefully you won't be let down. We'll see. We'll find out.
You've had this one, correct?
I have. I first had it on draft, and then I bought it in the bottle.
Oh, wow. Where did you have it on draft?
Had on draft at Zen Burger.
Okay. Local place here in Tucson, Arizona?
That is correct.
All right. What are the stats on this? What kind of alcohol content?
7% alcohol. It's about $9 for a 6-pack, give or take.
Okay.
Somewhere in that vicinity. I got this at Total Wine the other day. So
now the Myrcenary only comes in a 4-pack.
It is a 4-pack, and it's about the same price.
It's kind of funny. Yeah. So maybe this is just as delicious.
We'll find out.
We will find out right now.
And if for some reason we are so inclined, I know you have a couple Myrcenaries in your fridge.
I do.
If it just boggles our mind so much that we need an immediate comparison, we can do that.
We can. That could be something that would come in at the end. I threw down the pour, typical color for this.
Yeah.
For an IPA. Maybe a little more golden? What do you think?
Golden, and it's kind of cloudy, actually. Not super cloudy, but definitely not clear.
Yeah, a little bit. And really good, I would say, lacing and head retention, wouldn't you?
I would agree with that.
I think those aromas really harken back to the double, to the Myrcenary.
The Myrcenary, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of that heavier,
nice
herbally.
Hop. Yep.
I know we've thrown the word meaty around negatively, but there is a little bit of that where it's because of those seasoning. There's like that
savory.
Savory. There you go.
Yeah.
Savory's the word for this.
Umami.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
we actually have a salt now that talks about umami at work.
It's funny. It takes like years for it to gain popularity, I guess.
Yep. But yeah, definitely has that. Yeah, in a good way.
In a very good. Very good way. I think that smells awesome. I think that smells really good. I know we have to go to the taste, but like I'm just enjoying smelling this so much. It's like the aromas I think are great.
No, that's good. Sometimes it's nice when there is something there that's pleasant to enjoy in the aroma. Because sometimes there's not.
That's true.
Sometimes there's nothing there, and you're like, you feel like you're going to inhale the whole thing because you're like trying to find something. But definitely that lacing is really hanging around. Definitely some proteins.
Yeah, definitely.
So, there's a fruit note that I can't quite put my
Can't put your mouth on?
Can't put my finger on.
Oh,
Mouth's on it.
This is definitely where I can kind of tell flavor-wise as we're tasting this that they diverge a little bit. The body's a little bit thinner. Mm-hmm. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Right.
And then there's definitely not as much concentration of flavors, which, I mean, that seems obvious, but similar flavor profile with, like I said, the savory coming through, a little bit of kind of what you were just talking about, some sort of fruit.
Yeah.
There's some sort of fruit in there, which we're going to work on putting our finger on. And then
very tropical fruit of some kind, but I don't know quite. It's not like, I don't want to say lemony. I don't want to say citrus. It's almost berry, not quite berry, but papaya. Or...
I actually was just going to say papaya or like a passion fruit because it's almost a little more perfumey.
Right.
As much of, more as opposed to heavier. It's almost kind of passion fruity at the end, which I think kind of helps lift up all of those other flavors. That's really good. That's very good, actually.
Those umami notes, I think, are secondary to the fruit. Or do you get those more so? To me, I get that fruit, and then underneath it is that like heavier savory, but not much of it. It's more of a foundation to me.
Yeah, I would agree. That fruit doesn't last long though.
No.
So it almost is like an ocean wave. It quickly, you kind of feel that crashing up of, there's a little bit of passion fruit, and then for me the savory then kind of takes over on the finish.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at the end. But that's quite tasty.
See, and what I've thought and I like the Myrcenary a lot. But I've thought, do I like it 2 less beers more than this?
It's a very interesting. See, that's a very interesting question.
Yeah. At least in my experiences, at this point, I say no. I like the Myrcenary. It's great. This is similar enough to me.
Right.
Obviously not the same, but And like I said, if you have it on draft, those flavors, the fruitiness even pops a little bit more. It's just,
I bet that would be really
nice.
good.
And it's, you don't get that like bitter. You get the bitter, but it's not like a pinchy bitter, which I don't mind. I like all kinds of IPAs. I like all kinds of hops. So, but it's more of a cleaner, but still pronounced there, and that was nice. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I did buy this in a bottle that it was as close as it was. Because sometimes go from draft to bottle, it can be a sad journey.
Yeah, it's almost like you'd rather go the other way, like enjoy it in the bottle, and then every once in a while you get the treat of the draft. Because usually when you go the other way, if you've never had it, and then you have it on draft, and then you go buy the bottle. It's just, it's just one of the things. I have a feeling this can only be settled on the battlefield. The battlefield of, I'm going to go grab a Myrcenary.
Oh, you are?
Because we need to decide this. Because that's definitely a purchasing. Because I'm thinking now that I think I like the Myrcenary better. But like you said, I don't know if it's 2 beers better because there's a lot of those flavors in there. But I think I like the body of that one enough that I would probably pick that one. But we're going to find out right now. We're going to take a quick pause. I'm going to go grab a beer.
Okay.
There'll be no time lost on the podcast, but for us, there'll be a couple minutes. All right, so I am back. See, it took no time for you, a little bit of time for us, but I have a Myrcenary double IPA from Odell. We're not going to get into the color and some of the other initial nuances. If you want to hear that, guess where you can go?
You can go to AboutBeverages.com and look up our previous podcasts on this beer.
That's right. And know that we love it.
Which someone has done and actually made a comment when they listened to it on YouTube.
That's right. We
thank you very, very, very much for listening to it.
So we're just going to go right to, I don't know, I guess right to the taste, right?
I'm going to just do a couple.
Actually,
it's not as cloudy.
It's actually slightly less orangey.
Yeah.
When you compare them. But we're just going to kind of get to the other stuff here quick.
Yeah, I get more savory out of the Myrcenary, I think.
Go back and forth. That's why we have them here.
The IPA is more like candy to me.
The IPA is more fruity.
Yes.
The Myrcenary is more savory. Yep. I would agree.
All depends on your budget. How much disposable income do you have?
Yeah, wow, that's even more subtle than I thought it was going to be.
Of a difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
And this, obviously, the Myrcenary you just poured is colder than what we were drinking.
Right.
So there's a little bit of a difference in that, but I like them both.
They're both very good.
Yeah.
These are both very good IPAs.
It's kind of like, here's what I would do. And this is, it's a little bit above my budget for everyday drinking, but I enjoy it. But the IPA would be like what would be my everyday IPA. The Myrcenary would be, we've got some special people coming over. Let's treat them to the Myrcenary this time. But there's nothing, but you could treat them special. I mean, at $8.99 a six pack, that's not exactly change.
That's not chump change right there either.
No, but a good side by side treat.
Yeah, wow, that is really close. Like I said, I think
one's more fruit focused and the other's more of that savory focused.
Yeah, I would say
but they have both.
The only other added thing you get out of the Myrcenary, a little bit more body, which I do like, and I had that in my memory, but that definitely proves out here as well. Yeah, I really think you can't go wrong with either one of these. Obviously, the Myrcenary was very high. We like that one a lot, but their regular IPA is very good as well, and it's whatever your budget is. I think on either one of these, or if you want to keep the Myrcenary around for special and drink the other one, I think you can't go wrong.
I am in complete agreement. That's what it's funny. That's one of those things. I'm glad you came to that conclusion on your own. I had the IPA before the Myrcenary, before the double IPA, but that was kind of what I was thinking. I thought that's really good. I really like it, but I don't know if I would like it 2 beers more than the other. I'm glad you brought that one out, and then we've tried it this way because it's been interesting.
I think I drink beer, but I think with the amount that I drink, because I'm not need to buy an 18 pack of something or whatever. Right. I think I would lean toward the Myrcenary.
Would you?
And I would just treat myself that way.
Okay.
That would be my leaning. And I'm noticing a little bit as well, not to get into this too much, but I notice a little bit as well. There's even a little bit of there's like a little sweetness at the end of the Myrcenary as well, which kind of is all, and the balance in there is really good. I like the IPA a lot, and I'll probably buy that as well, but the Myrcenary is a notch better, where if I had both of them in my hand, I probably would get the Myrcenary just because
it is a notch better.
Just because I like that little notch better.
I would agree.
And it would be worth it to me. But the IPA, you can't go wrong with that either. That's very good.
No, I agree.
I think we've talked about this enough. So everyone can go to the website at AboutBeverages.com, check out our tasting notes for this IPA, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And you can also go listen to the previous full-length Myrcenary podcast if you want to hear of our glowing things that we have to say about that as well.
Yep.
And while you're there, that's a good thing to do. Check out all the stuff that we've done in the past. We've got lots of good beer reviews and wine and spirits. You can hear how much we love vodka. all these different things.
We're big proponents of that.
Big proponents of vodka. Hopefully the sarcasm is coming through as we speak. But the thing we do like a lot is scotch. I like a lot of scotch.
Gin.
Gin. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to put a call out. I'd like to have someone else suggest a gin. A new gin, something different. I've found a couple that are our favorites. We really like the Hendricks quite a lot. I've always liked the Plymouth. We did a lot of gin podcasts. If someone has a gin that they really like, it can be a little bit more expensive. I'd like to know what that is. I'm in the market to get another gin.
I have one for you.
I want to try something different. Oh, you do?
Is it the 209? Is that what it's called? I had a martini.
I didn't know the call was going to be answered so
I
quickly.
know.
This
I'm
is
answering
awesome.
you. No, but we would still. The call goes beyond this. But
okay.
And I only had it. I didn't have it straight. I had it as a martini when we went out for my birthday. We went to Firebirds, and they had the 209 gin, and I had that in a dirty martini there. So I didn't taste it straight, but it was certainly good in that martini.
So you've never had the gin before, and you dirtied it up with olive juice.
I dirtied it up, yes.
Why wouldn't you try that without... I know you like that, but why wouldn't you try the trueness?
I know.
All right.
Because we'll buy one. We'll try it sometime.
Have you seen that anywhere else? Have you looked?
Yeah, it was a guy I work with actually recommended it, and I've heard it from another source as well to try that.
Even though you just answered the call, I'll still take more
That's
options. Right. I would like more options. So that is what I need to hear from the community. But whether you like it or not,
you should give it a shot.